Good day, class. So today we're going to talk about variation, and we have direct variation, inverse variation, joint, and the last one is combined variation for grade 9 math. Let us first discuss what is direct variation. So our objective for this lesson, we're going to define and illustrate situation involving direct variation. Also, we translate into variation statement a relationship involving direct variation. We appreciate the concept of direct variation in real life situation. Lastly, solve word problems involving direct variation. And in your most essential learning competency, it is given also. What is direct variation? So it is a type of relationship between two variables which are directly proportional to each other. This means that if one increases, the other one is also increases. So if one is increases, say this is variable x, the other one is also increases. Say this is y variable. At the same manner, if one is decreases, let's say this is x again, then the other one is decreases also. So the example for that is if we consume more electricity, kilowatt per hour, the more we consume the electricity, the bill will be also increases. Okay? So direct variation, so we must be aware for the statement y varies directly. That means it is a direct variation. So if you see the word varies directly, it is root word for direct variation. Also directly proportional. And also y is proportional. So we can be, or we can maybe translated mathematically to y equals kx. That means y varies directly as x. So if it or equate the equation into k, so we divide both sides by x. That is why k. So if we divide that, if we divide by x, no? Both sides by x, we conclude the value of k or constant is equal to y over x. Okay? So remember these two formula. And then define k is a constant. So let us have an example. So the cost of fish varies directly as its weight in kilogram. So the word varies directly indicating that it is a direct variation. So binigay yung C, which is the cost of fish varies directly. A constant weight in kilograms. Okay? So, the more na marami kayong binibiling fish, sabihin in kilogram, the more it cost. Mas malaki babayaran nyo, syempre. The fare of a passenger varies directly as the distance of his destination. Okay. So, pamasahe, which is F, varies directly. So, if we translate it into variation statement, so F varies directly as the distance, D. So, the more na mahaba yung destination nyo, siyempre, mas mahal ang pamasahe. So, after translating, we can now have finding the values of variable. Okay? So, if y varies directly as x, and y is equal to 20 when x is 4, so find y when x is 5. So, first, we need to write the correct equation. No? So, since it is varies directly, so we write it as y equals kx. So, next thing to do is use the information given to find the value of k. So, since we have y equals 20 and x is equal to 4, we can find the value of k, which is, we all know that it is k equals y over x. So, using that formula, we substitute 20 equals 4. So, we divided by 4 both sides. Then we get k equals to 5. So, that means if we directly use k equals y minus y over k, so k equals 20 over 4, which is also equivalent to k equals 5. So, after finding the value of constant, so we rewrite the equation in step 1. No? So, we substitute y equals 5x because we all know the 5 is our constant. Then, ang magiging step 3 natin, we use the value of 5 as our x to find y. So, finding the value of y by substituting x, we get 25. That means the value of y when x is 5 is equal to 25. The next example, if A is directly proportional as B, so binanggit yung directly proportional. That means it is an example of direct variation. But the difference is we use other variable. So, solution, and A is equal to 30 when B is 22. Find B when A is 60. So, we use the correct equation, which is A varies directly as B. So, ito yung previous natin. So, napalitan yung y ng A varies directly as B. So, kung ano yung binigay na variable, yun ang inyong isusulat. So, finding K. So, 30, A is 30, B is 2. So, divided by 2, so we get 15. So, kapag ginamit natin yung K equals, ito yung magiging A over B. Dito ang K kung ganito is Y over X. Ito naman A over B. So, K equals 30 by 2. So, we also have 15. Okay? So, after that, sasubstitute natin yung K dun sa original. And then, we need to find B when A is 60. So if A is 60, we substitute A is 60. Then we divide both sides by 15. 60 divided 15, we'll get B equals to 4. So B is equal to 4 when A is equal to 60. No? So, problem solving example. So, a teacher charges 300 pesos per hour, ano, of tutorial services to a grade 9 student. If she spent 3 hours tutoring per day, how much would she receive in 20 days? So, by analyzing the problem, pwede nyong sabihin na siya ay direct. Kasi the more na nag-i-increase yung days, the more lumalaki yung sweldo ni teacher, no, sa pag-tutor. Now, the question is, how much would she receive in 20 days? So, let us have some representation. Yung salary, let us make it S in tutoring grade 9 student of a teacher per day varies directly, okay, to the number of days, D. That means the more na number of days, the more na tataas ang salary. Okay? So, kung meron siyang 3 hours per day, so he or she received 900 per day. So, that means ang constant natin is 900. Ang question lang is how much received in 20 days. So, we translate into variation equation, which is the salary equals the fixed 900 times the day. So, if he or she got 20 days, so, makaka-receive siya ng 18,000. No? So, the salary received in 20 days by the teacher is 18,000 pesos. Okay. Ang next topic natin is about inverse variation. So previously we talked about direct variation. So today we're going to discuss inverse variation. So objective for our lesson, define and illustrate situation involving inverse variation, translate into a variation statement a relationship involving inverse variation, so appreciate in real life situation, and solve problem involving inverse variation. So it is also included in your most essential learning competency. So what is inverse variation? Inverse variation occurs whenever a situation produces a pair of numbers whose product is constant. So product is constant. So it is a relationship between two quantities that are indirectly proportional to each other. That this means that if one quantity increases, the other one will decrease at constant rate. Okay? So in illustration, if one is decreases, let's say this is x, the other one is increases. No? On the same manner, if one is increases, the other one is decreases. That is inverse variation. So the word indirectly proportional indicating that the variation is inverse variation. other word that connect to inverse variation is inversely proportional, and the equation will be used is y varies directly as x, where k is constant. So let us translate the following into a mathematical equation. So the number of pizza slice varies inversely as the number of person and sharing a whole pizza. So P varies inversely as the number of person equals K over N. Acceleration of a car is inversely proportional to its mass. So yung bilis ng sasakyan A is varies inversely proportional to its mass. No? Siyempre, mas mabigat, maapektuhan yung acceleration niya. So, mabagal. Mas magaan, mas mabilis. That's why this varies inversely relationship. So, A equals K over M. If y varies inversely as K, and y is equal to 12 when x is 3, find y when x is 9. So, solution, we write the correct equation, which is the word inverse. So, y varies inversely as x. So, we need to find k. So, as I said, it is the product of 2. No? So, ang constant niya ay k equals multiplication 12 times 3, which is the constant is 36. So, kung ang k is 36, so we substitute 36. Then, we use now 9 as our x to find the value of y. So, if the value of our x is 9, so 36 divide 9, y is 4. So, the value of y is 4 kapag ang x is 9. So, if r varies inversely as s and r is 8 when s is 18, find s when r is 9. So, varies inversely. So, r, we use the variable r, varies inversely as s. So, usually y equals k over x, but this time, this is r equals k over s. So, if r is 8 and s is 18, so what is k? So, we use k, 8 times 18, we will get 144. After we get the constant, we substitute 144 into the k. So, we multiply or we use r is equal to 8. So, we cross multiply 9s equals 144. Then, we divide by 9. We divide by 9. 144 divided 9 will get 16. So, the value of s is equal to 16 when r is equal to 9. Okay? So, the time required to clean a classroom varies inversely. So, binanggit yung varies inversely. The number of students who cleaning the room, siyempre. So, the time is varies inversely. No? So, k over n. yung oras, so, lumiliit kapag mas marami yung naglinis. Kapag kukunti yung naglilinis, siyempre yung time mas mataas. So, kung meron daw 7 student can clean the room in 40 minutes. So, that is our equation. Kung merong 40 minutes, tapos 7 student, so, find muna natin yung K. So, 40, so that means 40 times 7, that is 208. So, the K is 208. Now, the question is, how many minutes if we have 10 students to clean the room? So, we use 280. Then, if N is 10, so we'll have 28 minutes. So, merong 28 minutes kung ang lilinis is 10 student. See? The more na marami yung nagki-clean, mas kukunti yung time na needed to clean a room. So, thank you for listening.